Hello, happy Friday. Welcome back to another Arkham horror live stream. Today we are here for scenario 2 of the Feast of the Hemlock Vale Arkham horror campaign expansion. We are playing Nathaniel Cho and Akachi. Oh my gosh, I did not even look up the way to pronounce their last name. Akachi. Uh, we're gonna stick with Akachi. How's everybody doing? I am back. We had a pretty rough start last time. We're starting with 4 trauma over here on Akachi and 1 over here on Nathaniel Cho, and escaped with a whole point of experience. So it was a tough day. Now 2 of that trauma was inflicted during my deck building. Pets on the rocks. Happy Friday. Best day of the week. Absolutely, totally agree with you there. Nice. Okay, we're going to dive right in because what I've kind of learned is that these scenarios can take a while. There's a lot of reading that goes into a lot of these newer Arkham Horror campaigns. And so we're going to dive in and we're going to read and we'll chat as we go. How about that? So where we left off last time, we left off at the prelude of the first evening. We played through, we went and I think got trapped and destroyed in some mining area, and now the first evening. As you return to Hemlock Vale, a young red-headed girl in a rabbit mask introduces herself as Rebecca, Mother Rachel's daughter, and leads you by the hand to dinner in the commons. The long building's large barn doors are open to let out the rich scent of roasted vegetables and savory meat. The people of the Vale sit and eat in lively conversation, each of them in their white gold cloaks. At the head of the room, Mother Rachel stands up and calls for attention. Rebecca leads you to the now picked over dinner spread as the room falls silent. Mein Leben Freudne, what a blessing that all of us have come here on the threshold of infinity, and what a great blessing that pilgrims have come here so full of light and curiosity. Mother Rachel gestures to Dr. Marquez to her right and to you. We have waited for the right moment to open our community which is truly the sanctuary of transfiguration we long dreamed of. For each of us yearns to be remade as we wait to join the light and the light within the cosmos. The room bursts into applause as Leah Atwood and several locals place trays of honeyed cakes topped with robust red fruit in the center of each table. That sounds pretty good. Your stomach grumbles as you take a bite of shriveled greens. It has a faint bitter taste and a sharp smell. One at a time, each investigator must decide. We can either keep eating or we can don't eat anymore. That bitter taste and sharp smell is not... That's one of my red flags. I'm actually not going to eat anymore. Yeah. You may choose where to sit for the community meal. One at a time, each investigator may choose a different codex entry from the following. There's only one investigator. You may choose 2 to resolve instead. After you have read the appropriate number of sections, proceed to resolution 1. So we have Dr. Marquez, Mother Rachel, and William, Judith, Leah, Theo, Animal Mask, some children, to sit alone. Alrighty, so we've upped our relationship level with River. So let's see if we can go hang out with River and see what she's there doing. Judith's face is pinched in frustration as she talks to River to join them at the outer edge of the commons. Codex Delta? Okay, cool. I'm gonna read that one. Best Friends 1. The table's mood is decidedly icy as you sit down across from Judith and River. That's not what I meant, Judith glowers at River. I just said jazz makes my head spin. River takes a puff of their clove cigarette and winks at her. Darling, an evening at the Cotton Club in Harlem will get the rest of you spinning too. Joshy! Hello, Nelson. Settling in for a much needed sleep after my full day in Japan. Oh, that's awesome. Nice. I'm glad that the travels went well. Hope you enjoy your vacation. Never been to Japan, but that sounds amazing. I really want to visit sometime. Oh my gosh. Nice. So happy you're there. You must help decide. River, jazz is delightful, or jazz is hell, Judith. I want to. I want to. I want to. I want to side with River. Okay, so it's not what I meant. Judith glowers at River. I just said Jazz makes my head spin. So I'm gonna say Jazz is delightful. So best friends too. You engaged in some playful banter with River as they gush about their favorite jazz heavies in Harlem. After realizing the back and forth won't end anytime soon, Judith walks away in a huff. River smirks. Once I clean up this trash boat of an island, there'll be more rustic feast. And I'll make it a retreat for artists, visionaries, and you can bet there will be jazz. Increase River Hawthorne's relationship level. Each investigator earns their business experience. Nice. That's exciting. We just doubled our experience. And then River Hawthorne is up to a level 3. Next up, I'm trying to figure out if it's good to... I have to imagine that it would be good to make allies with, like, you know, and focus on one person for each one of these. I feel like that would make the most sense. So we have Theo and Leah. Let's see where Leah is watching the room as Gideon talks to her. I think we'll go with Leah. So we're going to go to Epsilon. Old Blood. Old Blood 1. A lazy fly buzzes around the central table. Leah sits at the edge of her seat, scanning the room as Gideon idly scrapes the gravy on his plate. They look up as you arrive. I heard you were a sailor, Gideon. Proceed to Old Blood 2. Leah, tell me about your work. We're going to go to Leah, tell me about your work, which is Old Blood 3. When am I not working, Leah sighs. There are 50 mouths to feed in Hemlock Vale, and Rachel tells me that there'll be hundreds more for the feast. Assuming we don't run out of food during the feast, there'll be nothing left to eat after. And when I ask Rachel, all she says is, just trust in the plan. Increase Leah Atwood's relationship, and we earn another bonus experience. Alrighty. Okay, well, that's exciting. So Leah is now at 2. We have 3 total experience. We did spend some experience, which we'll talk about here in a second. If Leah searched the Pearl Ruins, is that Leah's notes? Proceed to Old Blood 4. Nope. Otherwise, stop reading. And now we go to Resolution 1. The evening chatter fades as residents trickle out of the commons. There's an uncharacteristic spring in Dr. Marquez's step as you reconvene outside the commons. The sunset casts the sky in shades from the ochre to lilac to violet. The professor cracks a handful of walnuts as you share your impressions of Hemlock Isle. The island has the density and spatial variance of a jungle, but it's far more dangerous than any jungle I don't know. Forgotten Age kind of wrecked me, so we'll see. I have no clue why someone would start a commune in such a hazardous environment, but I understand it wasn't always so deadly. Something was introduced and fundamentally changed the local ecosystem, Dr. Marquez muses. You mentioned the unusually good mood shared by everyone in the village, and the professor nods. Most everyone looks blissed out of their minds. It's like walking into an opium den. But as far as I can tell, the food isn't laced with anything. Though I didn't try the bread pudding. I never liked bread. The last time I had pudding, I was in Oxford. The professor referenced the prestigious university brings Bertie Musgrave to his mind. Musgrave to his mind. And you ask him where he is. You haven't seen him? I assumed he went back to the boarding house to rest, she scowls. Theo offered to lend us his truck for the evening. I thought we could observe some of the local wildlife at night, but I suppose we should find him first. A heavy breeze stirs the trees and grass around you, smelling of cedar and pine. Dr. Marquez grips her cane. If you rather take the truck and continue the survey, I can look for Bertie on my own. Forgotten Age was a piece. You get trauma and you get a trauma and you get a trauma and check under your seats and you have a trauma. Oh, and just, while we're here, just while we're reading the interludes, you know what? Take another trauma. Just, we're handing them out. It was insane. I did lose my investigator through Forgotten Age. I started again with Kamani. It was a tough scenario, or it was just a tough campaign. That's Forgotten Age for you. I feel like Forgotten Age here Uh, starting with 2 physical trauma after game 1, and then I did this to myself. But here we are. Each investigator earns the bonus experience awarded during this prelude. Record each bonus experience under unspent experience. Do not spend any of it until the end of the next scenario. Cool. Investigators must decide to search for Birdie with Dr. Marquez or gather more information on Hemlock's Isle's unique ecosystem at night. We're going to search for Birdie mainly because I've heard tale of some scary things that come out at night, and you know what? With the current health of the investigators, we're just gonna see if we can find some friends. So we're gonna go to the Twisted Hollow. Was I supposed to note that I didn't finish my meal? No. Okay. So we are going to the Twisted Hollow on page 34. Wait. Yeah. Intro 1. I should have known better than to let that little twit go off on his own. I swear on his precious little grave, if I find that boy plucking violets and reciting poetry, I will have him expelled. Dr. Marquez almost spits the word as she leans you to one of the Vale supply sheds. Researching the village yielded no results, just a pile of books and Bertie's leather satchel in his room at the boarding house. Nobody seems to have seen him since the morning. The professor opens the rickety shed and grabs an old barn lantern from the iron hook. Look for oil, she says gruffly. You mentioned that the locals' warnings against going out at night, and the professor wraps her cane on an empty oil cane. All the more reason to find Birdie. A long shadow falls across you both, and you both see Mother Rachel silhouetted against the sunset. You all left so quickly after dinner. Is there something I can help you find? We can tell the truth or lie to her. Let's lie. Mother Rachel nods along your paper-thin story. I see. Understand that the Vale is here to help. I wish you the best on your survey. After more polite conversation, the matron leaves you and Dr. Marquez to scour the shed. Finally, you find a chipped mason jar just with a fifth of oil. We can make it if we portion every bit, the professor says. You follow the dim lantern light into the maw of the gnarled trees towards a quiet stream and then further up into the dark. Eventually, you reach a collapsed bridge and an overgrown cobblestone in the ruins of an old village. The trees rustle overhead. Something's here, or something's there. Dr. Marquez raises her lanterns. A pair of beady eyes reflect the light, but quickly vanish in the murk. You watch yourself and keep close. There's no telling what's out here. We lost the path. Oh no! And then we're adding a heart to the chaos bag. Which reminds me, I need to get the chaos bag. Heart. Proceed to setup. This is where we get to chat, because last time, and I feel like the Arkham horror campaigns with this and Scarlet Keys have kind of gone the way of not necessarily a linear story where we got to kind of choose where we were going. So I didn't actually get anything set up until just now. So we're going to chat and set up. Alrighty, so we need the ones. Trees. Oh, mushrooms. It's kind of fun. I need the dividers. I forgot I haven't bought the dividers yet for the for this campaign, and so all the cards are just all over the place. I also have not opened everything yet. We got the Twisted Hollow. There's that. So we're looking for the deer and mushrooms. There's the deer. Oh, that's a big encounter set. Alrighty, here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, I got sleeves here. I need to order some more sleeves. Actually, I may be able to hold out until PAX. Usually I just buy them at conventions when I'm there because they typically have a pretty good deal. But then I have to carry them back. I'm flying to PAX. I'm not driving, so I'm trying to figure out. I'll just order them. Arkham Horror Group currently is working through the Circle and Done. In the very first scenario, that campaign was so hard that we all lost and decided to just try again. A very horror heavy scenario. Oh geez. Yeah. I've not played the Circle and Done. There's a couple of them now that I have not played. All of my boxes are hidden behind there, but I haven't done the Circle and Done. I haven't done In Smooth. Is that it? What's after Forgotten Age? Circle and Done is after Forgotten Age, right? And then there's Dream Eaters. There's Dream Eaters, which I have not done. I think I may run out of sleeves here. Put the Night 1 time marker card into play. Make your own path. What does make your own path mean? After Forgotten Age is Circle and Done. So this says put the Night 1 time marker into play, make your own path. I don't know what that means. Am I supposed to know what that means? It feels like I should. This doesn't say make your own path on it. Check your campaign log. If she showed you the way, if we lost the path, which we did, find the Vale Lantern story asset without the boon trait and put it into play under the control of an investigator, lit side face up. Remove the other Vale Lantern from the game. If there's only one investigator, the Vale Lantern does not take up a hand slot during this. Oh, okay, interesting. So we definitely don't want to give the hand slot to Nathaniel. Because Nathaniel needs the hand slots for his boxing gloves. And Akachi uses a hand slot for something, I believe. Maybe not, actually. Yep, no hand slot. While I'm struggling to open this pack, we'll talk about what we used with our 1 experience. So Nathaniel had 1 experience. I went ahead and got a mano a mano, which is a one experience point cost spirit event, which is all about, what he's trying to do. And then deal 1 damage, and we can only play this as our first action. I should note. Is that you deal 1 damage to an enemy engaged with you. Does not provoke attacks of opportunity. And what's nice about that is that we get because it's Nathaniel's show, it actually deals an additional damage because we're dealing damage via an event. So we can deal 2 damage for a 0 cost card. Feels pretty good. Oh my gosh, there's so many locations. Okay, lit side face up. Vale Lantern loses the dark trait. Exhaust Vale Lantern to look at the revealed side of a connecting location. You may move to that location, ignoring its forced effects. When Vale Lantern would leave play, flip it over and place it at the nearest location instead. Okay. Set the Twisted Hollow and Glimmering Meadow locations aside out of play. I had exactly enough sleeves. This is my last sleeve in this box that I have right here. I don't know where my other box would be. That's perfect. I love that. I love that for us. Alrighty. So we're gonna go find Twisted Hollow and Glimmering Meadow. There's Glimmering Meadow. The Twisted Hollows right there. Both are revealed side of a Western Woods location. Then, based on the number of investigators in the game, randomly remove one of the following. There are 1 or 2 investigators. Remove 2 locations from the game. Check your campaign log. We lost the path. Put a random Western Woods location that has not been set aside into play, ignoring any forced effects. Each investigator begins play at that location. So we're going to remove these 2 from the game. This is going to be our start here. And I assume that those are going to be like right there. If it is not already in play, shuffle the set aside Glimmering Meadow location along with each remaining Western Woods location to form the Woods deck. Read, Nelson, read. Draw the top 4 cards of the Wood deck, putting them into play above and below and to the right and left of our starting location. Check your campaign log and each story asset from the Residence Encounter set. If Theo Peters is at relationship 2 or higher, set him aside out of play. Nope. If Judith is at relation, nope. Put Rosa Marquez under the control of an investigator. Alrighty. She does not take up an ally slot. We're getting ahead of ourselves. How fast we're shuffling. Alright, so we have to find Dr. Rosa Marquez. Where did I put them? There they are. Alrighty, so we got Rosa Marquez. While you control Rosa, you get +1 book and +1 feat. After you discover the last clue at your location, we can do Codex Omega? Omega, yeah. +1 book and +1 feat. That's like, I guess we'll put it over here on Akachi, mainly because she's a soak, and we need more health for Akachi. Set Birdie Musgrave aside out of play. Alrighty. Remove the rest of the Residence Encounters from the game. Set aside the special agent agenda back to the Vale. That's what this was. Shuffle the remaining encounter cards. Place 1 resource on the scenario reference card under darkness level. For the remainder of the scenario, the number of resources under darkness level indicates the passage of time. You are now ready to begin. Nice. It's exciting. So we went mano a mano over here, and then we upgraded to a level 3 clairvoyance because we do reduce the cost of the first spell that we upgrade. By 2, we were able to spend 3 to get a clairvoyance here. I do think that at some point I probably want to grab the upgraded arcane student just so I can find some of these spells that I'm putting into Akachi's deck, but also because she has a sanity of 3, which is going to be a nice little soak. That being said, I need more physical soak for Akachi, so we'll see how and what we can do to make sure that works out. Alrighty, we got the Deepening Dark. The silent woods thrum with the sounds of hungry creatures and stalking shadows. After a location is revealed, put locations from the top of the woods deck into play, above, below, to the right, and to the left of the location. When the investigation phase ends, each investigator at a dark location must either draw an enemy in pursuit with the highest evade, or take. Each investigator at a dark location must either draw an enemy. Draw an enemy in pursuit. I don't understand that. When investigator phase, each investigator at a dark location must either draw an enemy in pursuit with the highest evade. Will that just like make sense to me later? Like draw from the encounter deck? The investigation phase ends. Each investigator at a dark location, which is going to be probably everything, must either draw an enemy in pursuit with the highest evade. I'll look that one up. I don't get that at all. Or take one horror. Maybe we'll just take all the horror because we don't understand the rules of the game. Draw an enemy in pursuit with the highest evade. Is that like have them come after you? I don't know. That's interesting. I'm gonna look that up once I finish shuffling this. Draw an enemy in pursuit. Maybe we have new keywords, which is pursuit, alert, residence, relationship, codex, day and night, elusive, patrol. Have you played Innsmouth? No, I haven't. We're driving a cart and trying to get away from it pursues. If I remember correctly, there's a concept of pursuing enemies. All right, I feel like that should be explained to me here, though. I have not played Innsmouth. Okay. Draw an enemy in with the highest. Not sure if that's actually relevant here. Deepening dark. Yeah, there aren't. Huh. Um that's really frustrating. I don't understand that. Maybe this one tells me. Each enemy without a spawn instruction gains spawn when an enemy is drawn from the encounter deck. Put this enemy in the pursuit area. Oh, there's a pursuit area. At the end of the round, if each investigator is at the same lair location, they may spend the requisite number of clues to advance. Okay, hold on. Let's figure out what the pursuit area is. Where was that? I don't know what the pursuit area is. Okay. Each enemy without spawn instruction gains spawn. When this enemy is drawn from the encounter deck, put this enemy into the pursuit area. Okay, we're just gonna make this the pursuit area. And okay. If that's played incorrectly, okay. Okay. So each investigator must draw an enemy in the pursuits with the highest evade or take one horror. Okay. So we're just gonna have enemies up here that we will have to draw at the end of the investigator phase. Alrighty. We're going to run out of space again. These maps are huge. Need a much wider camera angle. Alrighty. So we are here in the center at the crooked path. X is the current darkness level, so 1. After you discover a clue at this location, look at the revealed side of a connecting location. We may move to that location. This is going to have 1 clue on it. We'll figure it out later. Okay, so after you discover the last clue to our location, we're going to read a codex entry for Dr. Rosa. Exhaust the Vale enter to look at the revealed side of a connecting location. You may move to that location, ignoring its force effect. So that is what Akachi has. I think we're just going to try and stick together, because Nathaniel is going to be able to handle a lot of the stuff that gets thrown at Akachi and protect them a little bit. Akachi, I think we said Akachi was our lead investigator. Nathaniel Cho has 8 health and 6 sanity. He took 1 physical trauma last game. And we need 6 clues, and we need to be at a lair location. This is a forest dark. So Nathaniel, we'll go Nathaniel first. Got 5 cards. Stand together. Choose another location choose another investigator at your location. Both you and that investigator gain 2 resources. Search top 9. Prepare for the worst. We got boxing gloves. Excellent. Randall Cho and a safeguard. Honestly, that's amazing. That feels like what we want to keep. I guess we can mulligan prepared for the worst because we have our boxing gloves into an evidence, and we'll throw these back into the deck. But we got Randall Cho. Randall Cho is going to heal 3 damage. It does have to be 3 damage from Nathaniel Cho, but it's also a nice 3 sanity soak. So we'll hang on to Randall until we need that healing, and then we'll drop it. But I think our turn 1 is going to look like a stand together to pass out some money, drop our boxing gloves, and drop a safeguard, and then follow Akachi around the map. I like that. Akachi has got 5 cards. We've got Torrent of Power, so we can spend charges from skill assets to give them plus. We got Unexpected Courage, Clairvoyance, level 0, Arcane Initiate, alrighty, and Guts. This is only 3s, so I'm a little concerned about throwing Doom out there. That being said, I probably will keep the Arcane Initiate, and we'll drop it on turn 2, or turn 3, because, you know, that Doom won't matter. And this does not take an ally slot. We're going to hang on to Clairvoyance. We're going to hang on to Guts, and then we're going to mulligan these 2. But Clairvoyance gives us an option to get some clues. If we can draw into the... Oop, forgot a card. We can draw into all of... Or the better Clairvoyance. We're absolutely going to play that, but... Clairvoyance, Arcane Initiate, and Guts. And I 100% did not mean to shuffle those 2 back in. Got Alchemical Transmutation and a Clairvoyance level 3. So, there you go. Perfect. Are you talking about alchemy? Okay. Starting us out, we're going to have Nathaniel go first. We're going to play Stand Together. So, Investigator gets 2 resources, so we'll pop those up. That's our first action. Second action, we're going to spend 2 resources to play Safeguard. So after another investigator moves from your location to a connecting location, we can exhaust Safeguard to move to that location. We're going to follow them around. Action efficiency is fun. And then we're going to spend 3 to play Boxing Gloves. You get +1 fight while fighting. And then after you defeat an enemy, exhaust Boxing Gloves to search the top 6 cards of our deck for a spirit event and add it to our hand. We have a lot of spirit events. I need my exhausting tokens. Just want to pop in and have a good weekend. Thank you. Hope you have a great weekend as well. Alrighty. That is Nathaniel Cho's turn. Akachi. We're going to spend 4 to play Clairvoyance level 3. That's going to come in with 4 charges because of Akachi's ability. It comes in with an additional charge. Alchemical transmutation actually sounds bad. After some Googling, it seems that the pursuit area is just another out-of-play area with some monsters that are spawned from the encounter deck. Sweet. Okay. I'm glad that... Thank you for checking that. That's, I think, how we were going to play it, but I'm really happy to have the... the validation on that. Take the highest evade enemy from the pursuit area. Sweet. Okay. I don't really want to use... so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to exhaust the Vale Lantern to take a look at this card. So I can look at the revealed side of a connecting location and we may move to it. It gets +2 Shroud while it is not dark. After you reveal Mushroom Grove, test Book X, where X is the current darkness level. If you fail, the enemy in the pursuit with the highest evade attacks you. And we would ignore any of those forced effects. So we'll go ahead and move. We'll exhaust Safeguard to move with Akachi here. That's going to come in with 2 clues. And then we need more locations. Probably should have gone that way. Actually, you know what? I am going to just move a lot of this over. And then we can kind of expand this way. We have 1 action left. We're going to Clairvoyance. So we'll remove a charge. We're going to investigate. We're 7-2. If we get a star +1 or 0, we're going to take a horror. And if we succeed, we're going to get another an additional clue. We got a +1. Ugh. So we're going to take a horror. And we're going to get these 2 clues. We are going to read Dr. Marquez's codex entry. There's different codexes. Yeah, here we go. Dr. Marquez leans on her cane as she studies a balsam fir with spiraling branches. Glinting lights in the trees offer faint illumination. Looking up, you see shining blue nodes. I've never seen something so beautiful, the professor says, unable to contain her wonder. A moment later, she looks at you sharply. Don't you dare tell Birdie I said that, or I'll tell Armitage you died on this survey. Choose any location to play. You may reveal that location, ignoring its forced effect. Let's go ahead and reveal this. After you reveal Blighted Gate, choose an enemy in the pursuit with the lowest. So that is now revealed. We got 2 more clues here. And that is that. Alrighty. So enemies are going to do their enemy things, which we have none. So let's just go ahead and stand up. Akachi is going to get another alchemical transmutation and a money. Randall is going to get a money and a stand together. Choose another investigator at your location. We're going to get more resources. Let's go. I guess. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get 1 Doom on here. We're out of 3. Akachi's card. Lurking Fear. Test feat 3. This test gets +2 dark difficulty if your location is dark. If you fail, you have to take 2 damage. Oh my gosh. Okay. Or find the enemy in the pursuit. Yeah, so we would have to take the 2 damage. We don't have anything that we can commit to it. So we're just going to test 3 to 5. And fail. There actually is no way that we can pass this. Ow. Skull is -X. That's fine. Let me make sure that I'm doing dark right. As time ticks down, resources are added to the current darkness level, and play continues until investigators reach a certain darkness level or you defeat it. The darker the forest. Oh, pursuit. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it was on the next page. Okay. Darkness level on the scenario reference card indicate the current stage of night. As time ticks down, resources are added to the current. I assume that's once we do here. Once we like thread out, or not thread out, but doom out, then we're gonna be adding more. The darker the forest, the deadlier its snares. The current darkness level has no game effect on its own. However, some encounter cards may change, become stronger based on the current darkness level. Okay. So we take 2 damage. We're gonna add 1 to Dr. Marquez because I can't go down to 2 health right now. And we got Poison Blossom. This has Retaliate. Night. Poison Blossom gets +1 fight and +1 damage value for each overgrowth. At the end of the round, place 1 resource on Poison Blossom as overgrowth. So this goes into the pursuit counter, or the pursuit area. Each investigator at a dark location must either draw an enemy the highest pursuit. So there it is. Okay. So we know we're gonna have that that blossom there. Okay. All right. I think I need to bring healing. I need to get cards that heal because Akachi's already at 3 health, and we've taken 1 turn. I just like I think Akachi is pretty likely going to not survive this campaign. I mean like because yeah. All right. What are we doing with our lives? I guess we can go get these clues. +1 fight and +1 damage for each overgrowth on it. Ugh, that's so mean. We'll have Akachi go first. Akachi's going to move here. We'll exhaust Safeguard to follow Akachi with Randall. We're going to put out these. We will. Let's go Clairvoyance. So we're going against 2. 7 to 2. It's a -4. If you fail, take 1 horror. So we are good. So we get both of these clues. So we're at 4 clues total. Okay. So that was 2 actions. We're going to then exhaust the Vale Lantern to take a look at this card. After you reveal, you must either take 1 direct damage or deal 1 damage to each ally. We will go ahead and just move there. We're out of locations. Is that true? Are we really out of locations? Or did I just put them somewhere? I guess we won't move there then. Because we're looking for a lair. I want to make sure that... That'll be fine. Okay. Nathaniel Cho. We're going to spend 1 to play Stand Together. Give 2 resources here, 2 resources here. We'll move down to here. Resign! Or as an action, we can heal 1 horror. So that's nice. I'm sure Birdie's fine. Heal 1 horror, limit once per round. It's at the Glimmering Meadow. And then we'll spend our last action to just move right back up. Okay. We are at a dark location, so we will go ahead and draw. Oh, and then we get immediately attacked. That's unfortunate. Alrighty, we'll draw here the Poison Blossom. And we will take... We don't have any overgrowth because it's at the end of the round we place an overgrowth. So we will take 1 sanity damage there. Okay. Nathaniel will draw a card, which is Second Wind. Heal 1 damage, or 2 if you had drawn a Treachery card. Get a money. Get a money over here with a Kachi and Torrent of Power. Nice. Top of the round, we're going to add a Doom. Go up to 2. Akachi is going to get Psychotropic Spores. Put this into your threat area. The first time you draw 1 or more cards from the deck each round, take 1 direct horror. Oh, geez. Test book 3. If you succeed, discard this. You may take 1 direct horror from this test to automatically succeed. Alrighty. Definitely going to just do that. Nathaniel Cho. X is the current darkness level. Stalking Hybrid. Investigators with a Vale only. That's going to come up there. Alrighty. And it is our turn. Safeguard and Vale Lantern to not be. Alrighty. I don't have any like good cards to deal multiple points of damage to the Poison Blossom, so I think we're just going to swing on him a couple of times. This is the turn where we can play the Arcane Initiate. So we'll probably Arcane Initiate, do this test, and then move. Or I guess we'll check that, and if it's not where we need to be, we'll move up and we can go over. Because they're all kind of connected, so that's nice. Alrighty. What we're going to do is we're going to have Akachi go first, because if we can, we'll use a evidence whenever we defeat this guy, because we'll follow his safeguard. So we got Akachi going first. We will start by trying this test. We're going to go 3 to 3. You may take one direct horror for this test to automatically succeed. I don't actually know if I get to do that before I draw. I think I probably have to choose if I'm doing that before I draw. So we'll just take the direct horror and discard this. That's 1. We'll spend 1 to play the Arcane Initiate. Comes into play with 1 Doom. Mainly, that's a soak. We will exhaust to search the top 3 cards for a spell. Nope. Then we will exhaust the Lantern to check up here. This is not the lair. After you reveal Poison Marsh, you must either take 1 direct damage or deal 1 damage to an ally, but we are ignoring that. We are going to move. We're going to exhaust Safeguard to move here, and that comes in with 2 clues. Alrighty. And that was my 3. Nathaniel Cho, I think we're just going to swing on this guy for 3. Oh, yeah, also we need a growth. So it's going to be 6 to 3. It's a skull is minus X, so that's 1 damage. It goes 6 to 3 again. Minus 2. That's 2 damage. 6 to 3 again. Minus 4. No, dang it. And we take a whore. Oh, that's going to be brutal. Jeez. Okay, so 2 damage here. Dang it. Okay. Dang it. Alrighty. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt a lot. Okay. Cool. We will enemy phase. This draws here. Each investigator at a dark location must either draw an enemy or take 1 horror. Oh, or take 1 horror. So Akashi needed to draw or take a horror. We're just gonna get eaten alive by this pursuit. We're gonna die very quickly. Oh, dang it. Okay. I guess we will draw here and take 1 horror here. This will attack. We'll take the damage and take the horror here. Okay, and then this one is going to do 1 and 1. Ow. Is this campaign considered, like, challenging? Or am I just bad? Because this feels very challenging. It feels like there's just constant pressure and there's nothing that we can really do about it. Because, like, if we don't draw an enemy, we take 2 more direct horror and we're 1 away from dying here. And he didn't even have any trauma on him. We will get him money. We're going to draw into a clean them out. When this action begins, gain 2 resources. And we've got drawn to the flame. Top of the round, we're going to add a doom, which will reset here and remove this doom. Add 1 resource to the current darkness level. If the current darkness level is 6+ and you're playing campaign mode, each surviving investigator is defeated and suffers 1 physical trauma. Otherwise, perform the following. Put each enemy in the dark location and not engage with investigator into the pursuit area. Shuffle each unrevealed dark location along with the top 2 cards of the woods deck. And place them on top of the woods deck. Flip each revealed empty dark location to its unrevealed side, discarding all tokens. Okay, so these get shuffled. Flip each revealed dark location to an unrevealed side. Empty dark. I think this is still considered because it says remove all tokens. Put locations from the top of the woods deck into play above, below, left, and right of each location with an investigator. Eh. It goes sideways there. Actually, we'll move this here. We'll go that there. Investigator with the Vale Lantern tests Brain X, where X is the current darkness level. If they fail, they must choose an enemy in pursuit and spawn and engage with them. So we'll test 5 to 2, and it doesn't matter if we fail. All right. There are no enemies in the... Flip this card back to 1. All right. Okay, so we're looking for layers. Counter card. Akachi has got a Poison Blossom. Those are brutal. We know that. This also needs another counter here. And we've got a Bloom. Choose the nearest Flora enemy and heal all damage from it. Dang it. Okay. If that enemy is elite, it is not. If no damage was healed. Alrighty. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. I don't know. I think we're about to lose this game. I don't really have a great answer for this. Oh, we have to flip this to its unlit side. Take control. Place it at the nearest location. Say it's that. Place it at your location. Take control of the Vale Lantern. Flip it over. Any investigator. I guess we'll do that. That's a quick action. I don't quite understand what the... Okay. The Arcane Initiate. We got Shriveling, Cat Mask, Delve Too Deep. We'll take Shriveling. We cannot play it because we'll get attacked. I guess we could. We could take the attack on the Arcane Initiate. Like, take the damage on the Arcane Initiate by playing Shriveling. I think we're going to do that. So, first action. I'm going to spend 3 to play Shriveling. The attack of opportunity will go here on the Arcane. And then this goes back here. And then we'll just take it right back. Seems weird. Oh, I wonder if the other one is different. You have to put the lantern. I don't think so, because this says place it at your location. So I would say that this card supersedes the lantern card. Because this says that when it would leave play, this is not leaving play. So it's just... I think maybe the other Vale Lantern is different. Yeah, on the other side, you have to... On the other side... Oh, it loses the dark trait. Oh, that's good to know. So we don't actually have to draw these enemies. There's so much. There's so much. I just... Hell. Oh well. We will spend our second to Shriveling. I'm gonna go 5 to 3. We're going to spend a guts to go 7-3. -1. We are good. That kills here. Okay, it is good to know that we don't have to draw enemies if it's in the dark trait, or in the dark, because the Vale's Lantern location loses the dark trait. Cool. Okay. Trying to make this as hard as possible for me. We're going to use the Vale Lantern. We're going to check here. Mushroom Grove. No, yeah, whatever. So we will move. We'll follow. And there we go. This has 2 clues on it. Okay. That was that. Nathaniel Cho. We are going to let's go clean them out. So we're going to start fighting. It's at a 4 now. I think it's going to get to the point where we just can't kill that thing. All right, so 6-4. We do get 2 resources. -1, so that's 2 damage. Second action, we're just going to attack it straight up. Oh, it has retaliate as well, so we should have taken 1 and 1 last turn. So if we oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's 2 damage. And then if we lose this, we die. Okay, so we die. I don't know, friends. This seems ridiculous. So Randall's out. I don't know. I'm having a really tough time with this campaign. No. Ugh. I could have tried to evade, but I'm only at a 2. So that's another trauma over here. Akachi's not going to get out of this, so she would take a trauma here. I guess we could try and find the resign area. But now this thing is now engaged, and it's going to deal 2 damage. And so Akachi is going to take a... Yeah, because this immediately would engage here. And Akachi is... So we lose. We lose the game. Akachi takes another physical trauma, and Nathaniel Cho takes a mental trauma. So that's 3 physical and 2 mental on Akachi. Long spinally branches stretch like grasping hands from a thick canopy overhead. You feel lightheaded as strange whispers resound from deep in the surrounding dark. Summoning all your strength, you're staggered to the edge of a black lake. The waxing moon is perfectly reflected on the surface as the water distorted by oily, iridescent wisp of a strange color. Across the lake, a figure stands outlined in the mist. You call out to it, and it moves slowly towards you, over the water. As it approaches, all you can see of its face is a rictus grin. So help me wake up, Dr. Marquez shakes you awake from the nightmare. Her worry quickly turns to annoyance when you open her eyes. I'm glad you woke up. I wasn't prepared for the paperwork if we lost you too. You are in a flowering field at the edge of the woods. When you ask about Birdie, she brushes a stray hair behind her ear and looks up at the waking dawn. He's gone. I lost him. Birdie was lost in the woods. Go to resolution 3. Miskatonic Survey, June 1926. Members Marquez, Musgrave et al. An unplanned foray into the western woods at night. Local flora and fauna have evolved highly specialized behavior patterns after dark, likely dictated by extreme circadian rhythms and aggressive predation. Highly toxic environment identified a hitherto unknown symbiosis with a new strain of parasitic fungus. Further observation is necessary. Each investigator earns 1 bonus experience to gain insights. We earn 1 bonus experience as an investigator resigned. So one experience. All right. I suggest you try the same scenario again from scratch as you now have a better understanding of the scenario. I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe I may just take a break from Arkham Horror and come back to it later. It's been demoralizing. I think going from Forgotten Age to this was not. I did Carcosa. I don't know. I find this game so hard to play two-handed. Too much of a brain burn. There's a lot going on, but I feel like it's really challenging. It's really challenging to play it solo. Like I don't find true solo super fun. Best with 3 actual people. That's fair. I play 3-player with a couple of buddies and enjoy that. I think probably what's gonna happen is we're gonna take a break from Arkham Horror. We'll revisit here in a little bit after I've had some time to palate cleanse. I think I want to try more Spirit Island, and I also want to do more Ashes. I want to break the Ashes back out and potentially bring Earthborn Rangers back into the mix. Play some more of that. But yeah, this was very demoralizing. It was very frustrating. I guess I could have killed Dr. Marquez instead of Akachi, but I think her dying and me dying, I would just die later. So cool. Awesome. Thank you all so very much for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope everyone has a good weekend and a good rest of their Friday morning and afternoon. I've still not got Earthborn Rangers 2 broke. Yeah. It's a really interesting game. I think it's pretty cool. So I like Earthborn Rangers. I had it's a very long game. Whereas I think it is 20 scenarios, and I think that's a really cool thing. I think that's a little bit harder to stream. Mass Effect Andromeda. Nice. That sounds awesome. Awesome. Thank you all so very much for hanging out. Appreciate y'all. Hope you have a good one. We'll see you around. Peace.